I would like to introduce our guest speaker tonight, Dustin Reichert. He's a retired Anoka County Sheriff Deputy.
Don't promote me that fast. Yeah. I don't know if I deserve that promotion, but I appreciate that. Good evening. My name is Dustin Reichert, and I am a retired deputy from the Anoka County Sheriff's Office. I stand here honored tonight to be invited to this podium in this place of honor and for this specific vigil. But I also stand here humbled for a variety of reasons. For the lives of my brothers and sisters of the badge who this amazing memorial represents. Humbled because of the work that so many people did to put into building this amazing and beautiful set of structures and its restoration when they restored it. That includes men and women who served by wearing the badge. It includes people who are family of both the living and the fallen. And including those who just wanted to support officers, and we appreciate you too. I stand humbled in front of the families, the spouses, the children, the parents, the siblings, the partners, and the friends of so many that gave their lives in the service of our communities so that the rest of us can walk safely and maybe just sleep in our beds just a little more peacefully. I stand here humbled because of groups like Minnesota C.O.P.S. and that it has to be even in existence, trying to do their part even just a little bit to bring just a little bit of peace to the families of those that are fallen officers, are fallen heroes. I stand here humble because 22 years ago, just 2 years before Minnesota C.O.P.S. Was ever founded, I was almost one of the names that this memorial represents. But in my case, I was fortunate enough to survive that gun battle and to heal from my wounds, both physical and the amazing wounds that you battle afterwards. So many, with that, I want to point out that my family's here. My wife, my 3 boys, one of which is running around behind one of the cameras. They didn't even hesitate when I asked them to come tonight. The younger 2, to be honest, you almost weren't part of this world because if I had not survived that incident, they wouldn't be here today. But when I point out that they came here tonight and how honored I am, they didn't come, I don't believe, just to honor my request. That was part of it, of course. And it was just an ask, a little bit of a push, but an ask when I said it. I truly believe that when I explained to them what this was about, that they came here for all of you as well, to honor the ultimate sacrifice that some of our heroes gave. My family, they had their own time on what the badge cost them. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty humble tonight. But as I say that, I realized as I was writing this that this isn't about me. Thankfully. There are over 300 men and women in Minnesota that didn't get to go home like I did. And that's pretty powerful to me. Whether it was because of gunfire, knives, car accidents, other weapons, assaults, stress, and of course death by suicide. There's a multitude of many other reasons, and I'm honored that I'm here to help represent them. Tonight, to me, it's about those men and women, those heroes. And even more so, it's about their families, the survivors. Later in this program, you're going to hear an amazing clip, an audio clip. It's about the Thin Blue Line. It was specifically recorded by Dodge County Sheriff here in Minnesota, Scott Rose, who I'm so proud and honored to call a friend. He's the producer of the Officer Down Memorial podcast, an amazing podcast that actually shares the stories of our fallen officers, how they died, but also how they lived, which I think is super important. And one thing Scott really pounds home when he does these and when he does speeches and everything else is that the service and the sacrifice of the families of these heroes, for those of you that are here, of your service and sacrifice as well, of all heroes, including those still serving. He often reminds us that it isn't just the officers that are out there servicing and sacrificing. He talks about how it's the families that are serving right alongside them, and I truly, absolutely believe that. Just a little bit different way. These families give up their time, they give up their holidays, they give up their peace, and they send their hero out to go help make our community safer, and I think that's pretty special. Sadly, we're honoring tonight not all of them coming home, but at least we're honoring them and giving them that glory and that honor and that respect. So I want to take this moment to say thank you, all of you that are here, and I'm sorry. Thank you to the families who had to serve alongside your heroes or continue to serve alongside your heroes. Thank you for loaning them to us for every shift that they did to be able to be part of keeping us safe every day. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you had to serve alongside them, just as my family did. And I'm sorry that you had to sacrifice when your hero made that ultimate sacrifice. As you can see, it's not gone unnoticed. Our protectors are our protectors are not the only heroes, though. You families that this represents, that MN C.O.P.S helps out, you're heroes too. Heroes for your willingness to send your protector out to help us, never knowing if they would come back, as the ultimate reality for several of you in attendance. And for those of you who happen to be here or listening that continue to wear that badge, those of you who continue that fight, a fight that sometimes can feel like an impossible task, to be a peacemaker in this crazy world, we're proud of what you do and what you represent. I know I'm absolutely proud of that. Nobody tells you all, and nobody says it enough, but this is a very noble profession. Don't let anybody forget that, and don't let anybody tell you guys otherwise. It's a profession that I'm so proud that I was part of, to do my little part in a profession that I work hard nowadays to represent as much as I can in any way that I can, and in any honor that I can to do that. So as I wrap up my small part of this vigil, I can't help but be in awe as I stare at this just amazing thin blue line here. I've never actually seen it lit up. I've been here during the day, but I've never seen it lit up in the darkness like this, and it's pretty powerful. The line actually starts behind me. It goes up those stairs that are behind me. It goes underneath this gateway. That's what I'm calling it, this concrete structure behind me, where the words on the other side say Police Officers Memorial, which is pretty powerful. But on this side, as you can see, it says, their sacrifice can never be forgotten, as they did not die in vain. Wow. And so true. And that thin blue line continues on past these concrete columns that, to me, represents the strength of our profession, the strength of that blue family and the families that support that blue family. And as it continues underneath my own foundation, it reminds me that that is my foundation. The blue line is absolutely a part of me. And as it continues on beautifully in front of me and behind you, it gets to that fountain wall. But not everybody realizes, and I didn't always realize, that that thin blue line continues past that fountain in front of us or behind us. Now it has to end eventually here for logistical reasons, but to me, that represents that the thin blue line never ends. That it's ongoing and it's a constant thing, and it has to be a constant thing because it is the line between chaos and safety, and a feeling of safety. And when I look at that fountain, as I stared here at the end, I can think of no better way to finish my small part of this presentation today. I look at those words and they say, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God."